What's up, everybody? Back with another Fair Shake review, and this time we're going to be talking about JoJo's. Trying not to think about it, and I was definitely thinking about it. This project I was looking forward to for a long time. I'm always looking forward to more JoJo because she's just so talented, and her doing her own thing and going way more with the R&B side of things. I have always enjoyed, like, her last project, Good to Know, was fantastic, including the deluxe version. The acoustic version is just magnificent. So when it was announced she was coming out with a new EP, I was like, yes, yes, I can't wait. And yeah, so let's get through the track list here. So this starts off with World of Sunshine. And I think this kind of develops into something super lush with the pretty vocals and the strings as they kind of just layer all throughout the track. And I thought it was a really nice start to the project as it transitions into Anxiety, the second single from the project. I really just love the concept of kind of giving your anxiety its own name, which is why it's subtitled Berlinda's Theme, because Berlinda is the name she gave to her anxious self. So I just love how she kind of addresses it as its own entity, and the vocals in the second verse is when it just starts going ham. I was like, yo, you are just you, one of my favorite vocalists of all time. So let's just put that down right now. And this just has like a really chill R&B groove that's just to die for. And I think that the music video as well was really clever, playing off of the antidepressant commercials that you end up seeing on TV all the time. It was really nice. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So up next we got Dissolve. This one here, I just love how it's really anchored by the string bass, and when the drum loop hits in that chorus, it just hits hard. It's really great. JoJo again really shows off her vocal range in here as she goes low and high. And then I also just love the storm imagery that she ended up using throughout the song to kind of capture the ending of a relationship. Like, one of the lines I just really, really loved was storming in my mind and the clouds have find their way to my tear ducts. Like, that imagery is just, it's so nice. And bro, I also, like, in my notes, I just put R&B vocals in all caps. Like, she's just, it's just, wow, beautiful. Seriously, like, one of my favorite tracks on this whole project. Up next, Good Enough. This interlude, which might as well be a whole song. This one here, I just really love, like, the second half of that verse that starts this off, because it comes in with this really cool harmony, and then right after that it hits you. Once it gets into the Good Enough section, it just switches tempo and it just hits you like a whirlwind, and I love that. And then right after that it just kind of ends with this beautiful breather of an outro where it just kind of slows back down again, and you just kind of hear these beautiful legato vocals until finally she's like, breathe in with me, and then it goes right into BID, or Bring It Down. And this here is a really nice mid-tempo mood with some very beautiful vocal layers throughout for the chorus and the post-chorus, and also it's just, all about being that shoulder to lean on and being that ear to listen to, and that bit of comfort in musical form is just, it's just so nice. It's so good and easy on the ears, and love it. Feel Alright comes next, and this one, it leans a little bit more on the pop R&B side of things, and I think this is really just about wanting to do anything to feel better, and I think that it's interesting that The vocals are much more bare on this project, and when I mean bare, I mean there's not a lot of supporting vocals, because there is the reverb that is kind of put on it, but there's no real extra doubling or extra harmonies and background vocals on here. So I found that interesting that they went that route with this particular song, because I think it's the only one not to be drenched in all the vocal layers. But we go into track 7, Fresh New Sheets, and boy, talk about a return to form when it comes to the vocal layers. The production on this one, super minimal, because it's mainly focused on all the vocals being stacked here, and just all the harmonies, the counter melodies, and it's so beautiful. And this one was just kind of all about not allowing yourself to escape from your problems with physical pleasures, with a relationship that definitely has run its course, and knowing that it's just kind of time to focus on yourself. And then the way this mug ends with just those filtered vocals and that production as well, it just makes it really fantastic, ending, and really makes it really atmospheric at the end. I love it. This is the longest track on the project, and I love each second. Then comes this cute little interlude. And I'm gonna read my notes verbatims. It says, "Truly doing the most for the simple pleasures we have in life." Yum. There's one more word here, but I won't give it away to have you listen to it if you haven't. Spiral Season, another favorite of mine. This is the other one that's fighting for favorite song. So this one here is a really nice head bobbing mid-tempo joint, and it's just kind of describing everything going wrong when you can't help but be positive for everything and everyone that isn't you, or that doesn't have to do with you. And it's just, and this also just kind of has one of those wordy choruses that you kind of want to learn so you can sing along to it, because it's just that catchy. But there's a lot of words to get down. But I still think it's just still earwormy despite it having so many words. But this one just sounds super good. It just makes you, you really want to sing along. Then comes Nicki's Sound Bath, another interlude with more really cool vocals and synth pads and stuff like that, and it's just a really cool atmospheric transition into Worst, I Assume, which is the first single from this junk. And bro, the way I describe this song is confessions from a guarded lover. And this is kind of describes how her trust issues have kind of created the problems in relationships, and always assuming the worst is going to end up happening. And this song is just quite the vibe. Like, this is a straight up contemporary R&B track, and I just love the one take video as well, and the way they were able to just kind of capture that mood, and with the little bit of choreo and stuff like that. It was just really well done, really well shot. Then finally, the ends off with Lift, which is a real reflective mood with the production, and it's just all about getting kind of to the point where you're finally asking for help to deal with the issues that you're facing. And this is another track that is just completely filled with really cool vocal layering all throughout the track, and it's just a nice positive end to this project that's just kind of dealing with all the feelings that you try not to think about. And I just loved this mug from beginning to end. There's really only one thing on here that I wouldn't add to the playlist, which is Nicki's Sound Bath interlude. It's just like a little too short, and just kind of a little less focused on any real words that it makes sense to have pop up randomly on shuffle. But the interludes like sugar and carbs, even though that is short, in fact shorter than the other interlude, the little song and happy bit, happy message of it, it would be a special treat to have, which is appropriate pop up in your shuffle. But yeah, this project is overall, it's just a really beautiful journey through working through your own issues. And once again, it leans way more on the R&B side, though you do get like some bits of pop feels, kind of like with Lift and Feel Alright. But yeah, I definitely still really enjoy this, especially when she's on her R&B tip, and vocals, 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 bro. They're all over the project as I expected, and I love how the lyrics range from very straightforward to also poetic, while the production, it just kind of fits it perfectly. Everything just is molded to whichever mood needs to be presented, and I think this is just another great project to add on JoJo's belt. Like, it's more fantasticness from JoJo. So what else could you ask for? I mean, I know what I could ask for. Your comments on the project down below. I'd really like to hear what other people are thinking of this project. And if you enjoyed my review and thoughts on this, you can hit that like button. You can also subscribe to see more reactions and reviews here on the channel. And if you'd like to see some extra content that I create for my patrons, then you can go to the Patreon. That's patreon.com/blipmaster5, or you can go to the link if you're on the YouTube, and I greatly appreciate it while you get that almost daily content. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to share with you all today. So until next time, much love, peace.